As far as I'm concerned, music is music. I don't look at it as rock, R&B, all that kind of stuff. I just look at it as music, you know. But I feel sorry for anybody who only listens to one form of music.
Unsigned, you're listening to the Freeza Block Show. Local, MileHighUnderground.com. Unsigned, local artists, unsigned artists. Music you may have never heard before. Music you'll want to hear again. All right here on the Freeza Block Show.
Welcome in. It is the Freeza Block Show, MileHighUnderground.com. So very happy to have everybody listening in and alongside. Hey, today we have a great show. It's Mono Verde, the Mono Verde Collective. The whole crew is here, and we are so stoked to have them on in. Let's give these guys some applause. Indeed. Mono Verde Collective. Yes, indeed. Hey, guys, from left to right, we have Anui, and you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and call him D because he likes that. It's all right, man. Raise your hand so you could say hey. And we got Henry over there. We've had him in before, but this time we're going to listen to him. So we've got Christian in the back. We've got Machu and Raphael and Joe. Yeah, indeed. Mono Verde Collective. Well, you know, like I always like to ask the first question so folks can, you know, kind of get what they're kind of expect what they're listening to. What kind of music would you guys describe yourselves as? What would you call you? You know, what would you call Mono Verde?
Mono Verde Collective plays Latin reggae. So it's, you know, reggae en español.
And don't get it confused. It's not Latin jazz because, you know, a lot of people like to put the Latin jazz twist on it. Tell us a little bit what makes it different from being a Latin jazz band instead of being, you know, a reggae band. You know well, what it is.
I guess I guess we would say because we put those Caribbean rhythms into the fourth tempo of the reggae, you know, with the skank. We skank it up, and we skank it up the samba.
What do you mean skank? You skanked it up.
The skank is that one sound.
Give us a little bit of skank reggae, right now, man. Has anybody got some of that right now?
Not a skunk, but a skank.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. And you guys have been around for quite a long time, this Mono Verde Collective. I saw you guys perform at Herman's Hideaway. It was kind of, we talked about it before, it was kind of like a, you know, you guys not only do, you know, live shows for yourselves, you do corporate events as well, stuff like that, you know. And when we saw you, we were at like what it seemed like a corporate event where they were giving away some kind of a prize or something like that. And me and my old friend Gino were there, and we were getting drunk. We were having a great old time, and you guys were sparking up that music, and it was just a really good, positive feeling we had from all of you guys, man. And we, you know, I think from us, we were like lighting up the room because we were just loving every bit of it, man. Yeah. Good stuff, man.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you got,
and we were drunk. No,
only you.
Only me. Okay.
Indeed, man. Awesome stuff, man. Joe, we're gonna start from you, man. How did you get how did you, you know, kind of get in touch with these guys? How did you start in with them? And you know, Joe, honestly, you're the only guy here without a Latin type of surname, you know. So
you call me Jose.
We call him Jose.
Gilberto.
Indeed.
I honestly, Craigslist.
Okay.
I was really getting into reggae at the time, and I was in another band, and I wanted to kind of try to explore, you know, reggae rhythms, and found posting and that was bilingual, and I was like, I'll try this out.
What the hell, huh?
Yeah, and I kind of dropped out of my other band and made Mono Verde my one and only.
And was that a real long time ago, or has it been fairly recently?
No, it's been a while. That's 7-8 years ago.
Yeah. And I love it, man. And so did you start out playing electric bass? Did you start out playing a guitar? I mean, what did you kind of start doing?
Electric bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when was the first time you got a hold of, like, show for the folks the instruments you got there? It's really cool. I love an acoustic bass, man. And I mean, do you play it quite a bit, or I mean, or you know what I'm saying?
I actually pretty much electric. I actually borrowed this from Ronnie.
Yeah.
I prefer electric.
Well, that's cool though. But you know what, man, that is really kick ass, and it plays just lovely, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff, man. Joe, thank you so much for coming on in. We love you.
Thanks
you can
for
leave
having me.
now, man. No, I'm just kidding. Man, we're having a good old time. It is Mono Verde Collective. And we call it a collective because sometimes there's 6 members in this band. Sometimes there's 4. And I don't know, how small has it gotten and how large has it gotten? Does anybody want to take that one?
Well, at one point we were 12-piece band. So we used to have horns, so a saxophone player, trumpet player, and we had 2 girls singing choruses, and then we had 3 guitars at one point, 1 bass player, 2 keyboard players,
Nice.
1 drummer, 2 percussionists. Yeah.
Wow, so it was like up to
Yeah,
17,
it's
17,
Right.
18 person band.
Right.
How did you guys split that check, huh?
Well,
It's all about it.
You don't have
Love
to
of the
tell me.
music.
it was just, yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
to tell me. I'm sure it was a lot of math involved. That's all there was
Right.
to that, man. That's for sure, man.
So,
Awesome. And wow, I can't believe it. So, I mean, but now are you guys kind of like pretty happy with this, or at any time you guys are like, well, we can bring in horns if we want to, or we can bring in girls that want to sing in the background if we want to?
it's you want to answer this one?
Sure. I think we're pretty happy where we are.
Yeah.
This is the core band, and we do our thing like we are. I mean, we can have sometimes people that want to drop by and they can jam, but at the end, we are the family that we are, and that's how we project ourselves. That's how we are together for so long.
Nice. And
Because when we have too many people, it becomes a mess.
yeah, and I can imagine where it kind of does get confusing. And God, I can imagine trying to get everybody there at one time for just a rehearsal, or just some practice. Everybody's got different schedules and just running around. All my kids, and I got grandma and whatever. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
And I bet when you guys had the 17-person band, it was like you guys got one good practice in, right?
Yeah. It was tough, and that's I'm seconding what he said. I was just by curiosity, I was counting the members I remember of this band, past members that have come and gone, and we've gone through, like, including us 6, we've gone through like 30 people, 30 different people. Yeah. So and as what you see, we've been together for the longest. So the newest member of the band right now is Christian on the keyboard, and he's been with us for about 4 years, 3 years.
3 years. That's
So-
that's pretty long time for being new.
Right.
That's pretty
So, and yeah, so we're very good at friends, like family. So
Let's talk to Christian a little bit, man. Now, you got to step it up. I know you got to step up a little bit, man. So don't knock over the drums, man. Don't knock over the drums. Oh, I knew that would happen.
Oh, it's right. How's it
That's all
going?
good. Hey, man, it's all good, man. It is Christian, and what do you specialize in? The keyboards all the time, or are you kind of just doing that today?
Oh, no, sir. I just play keys.
Just keys?
Yes, sir.
And normally you have like a big setup, and you kind of take the corner and all that stuff,
Oh,
right?
yes, I take two keys with me all the time.
Do you do any backup singing in there? or anything?
No, not at all.
in the bathroom.
In fact-
Not
I
at
don't know.
all.
I never been there. I haven't heard him. I don't know. I guess he's just the one. I don't even know.
So I mean, did you, have you always been playing that? Have you been playing since you were a kid and all that stuff?
Oh, yes, sir. I used to play guitar before. Then I started playing piano. That's when Machu, actually, he told me about this awesome band, and he told me to go jump with them. Then that's how I started getting into it. And then here I am 3 years later.
You're still doing it, man.
Yes,
Kick
sir.
ass. As Christian, he is part of the Mono Verde Collective.
Yes, sir.
And Mono Verde is joining us in the studio. And we're going to go ahead and play a pre-recorded track. And I know these guys are itching to play, but we're going to play one that we love here. It's a Si La Fe Mono Verde. They are joining us right here in the studio. and I hope you're enjoying it. It is milehighunderground.com. It is a Freeza Block show. Come on, baby.
Nosotros nos alzamos en armas no porque tengamos un puesto, tengamos una oficina o tengamos algún otro lugar importante, sino que nosotros nos alzamos en armas porque nosotros nos moríamos en el olvido.
Mis ojos sufren una metamorfosis en el tiempo. Y este mundo de materia no para de crecer. Y el cataclismo cada vez te entierra más y más. Si no eres audaz y capaz, el plástico te comerá. Sembremos la semilla en la tierra escondida de la vida. Mientras Babilonia entierra sus mentiras en la confusión hoy, y sus memorias queden como una resaca de una ilusión. Pero nuestra vibración tiene la llave que abrirá todas esas puertas que contienen salvación, salvación. Si la fe mueve montañas, cambiará hoy, buscando la solución dentro de la paz. Fe, esperanza y paz son el rumbo. Fe, esperanza y paz son la solución. Salvación. Sembremos la semilla en la tierra escondida de la vida. Mientras Babilonia entierra sus mentiras en la confusión hoy, y sus memorias queden como una resaca de una ilusión. Pero nuestra vibración tiene la llave que abrirá todas esas puertas que contienen salvación, salvación. Si la fe mueve montañas, cambiará hoy, buscando la solución dentro de la paz. Fe, esperanza y paz son el rumbo. y paz son la solución, salvación. Si la fe mueve montañas, cambiará hoy, buscando la solución dentro de la paz. Fe, esperanza y paz son el rumbo. Fe, esperanza y paz son la solución, salvación, mi salvación.
See La Fe. It is Mono Verde, and they are in the studio. It is Andui. Now you know what? It's D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Raphael, and Joe. Indeed. Hey, you know I messed that name up, didn't you? It's all good. It's all good. Thank you guys so much for that music. That is some great, great stuff, man. We love it. We love every bit of it, man. Thank you so much again for coming on in. It's Mono Verde in the studio, man. Let's talk to Raphael. Raphael, what do you do with the band? Go ahead and pull that mic on over, buddy.
I need a translate.
What do you do for what do you do with the band?
Yo soy como el líder, entre comillas.
He's the leader of the band.
Okay. And what instrument do you play?
Guitarra.
Okay.
Play guitar.
Componer.
He composed all the
Cantar.
songs, and he sings. He's the main vocals.
The main vocals? Okay. And do you write most of the songs as well?
Yes, he writes all the songs.
All
Sí,
the
la
songs.
mayoría.
He's our musical director.
Right.
Okay. And do you have does anybody else help with the music at all? Like, does any of these guys help with the writing or the composition or any of that?
Algunas veces sí.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Pero es necesario tener a ellos para tocar las canciones.
He says it's necessary to have each one of us to play all the songs,
Right. So
We all-
everybody throws in their little bit.
Right.
Right. And when you were a small child, did you like to play or?
Sí, yo aprendí a tocar como los 5 años guitarra en México. Yo soy de México. Yo fui a la escuela de música y de artes visuales, como de pintura y eso. No sé cómo se diga aquí, artes plásticas, pero sí, todo el tiempo hice música y toqué en muchos lugares, en camiones, en el metro, en la calle, en restaurantes, hasta llegar aquí.
Okay, since he was 5 years old, he learned how to play the guitar, and then he got into art. So he paints also. He's an artist, and he's done a lot of the music since he was very young. Everywhere from on the street, on the bus, just performing everywhere. And he's from Mexico, so that's where he comes from.
Right. And not every member, although you all speak Spanish, you don't all come from Mexico. Right?
No.
So,
No.
then that's kind of part of what I like about, because you each bring your different sounds.
It's the
what you-
collective.
What you grew
Yeah,
up
it's the
with
reason.
as you were young,
Right.
to the collective. Indeed.
Right.
Really good stuff, man. Awesome. And you played like since you were little though, huh? Little kid?
Un poco como preguntó que si tocaba
De que era
cuando-
niño.
como a los 5 o 6 años.
Yes.
5-6 years old.
Did your folks play? The parents?
¿Tus padres?
Algunos familiares y ahora todos mis primos tocan.
Some of his family played back then, but now
Pero
a lot of
después-
his cousins do play now.
Después de mí ya es como...
What was it that made you want to do? Was there a certain person or something or
¿Quién te
what?
inspiró?
No sé, solo era como siempre ha sido un fantasma en mi cabeza, la música, entonces.
Music has been like a ghost in his head, basically. That's what he
All the
just
time.
said. It's like follows him from, early on.
So if you didn't do it,
Sí,
You would feel
la
weird.
música es como una esquizofrenia, la música para mí, es como siempre está ahí.
Yeah. So dice él que si no lo hicieras, no estarías bien completo.
No, ya no, ahora ya no. No puedo dejar de, es como mi mano tocar.
it's
It's
just
like his
parte de
right
mí.
hand. Yeah, it's like
Ajá.
as much as he needs his right hand or his hand.
awesome. Hey, indeed. I thought I'd throw that bell in there, man. That bell is for the Mono Verde Collective fans out there, and anybody who else is listening in. That is for a hit or a shot. It doesn't necessarily have to be weed or alcohol, but a little something to get you right on through the interview and your life. And when we make a good point too. So yeah, you owe us a couple of them, man. So break it on out, enjoy it, and indeed enjoy the rest of the show. We have Mono Verde in the studio. It is D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Raphael, and Joe, and they brought their instruments, and they said that they were cool enough to go ahead and they want to play them. They're itching to play them. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on over to you guys. Tell us what song you guys are going to play, what it might mean, and then go ahead and hit it, man.
Ok. Vamos a tratar de hacer en este pequeño espacio una canción que lleva como tema Perfecta.
He visto cómo sufren los ríos, montañas y bosques se van quedando sin oxígeno a causa de una gran contaminación. Siembra, cosecha tu propio cultivo, la tierra es de todos y no de pocos que la acechan para quedarse con ella como si fuera un trofeo colgado en la pared. Ella nos dejará caer un día todo su poder, solo así podrán entender lo que se debe no hacer. Siento la brisa que me llega, imponente creación, eres tú, perfecta naturaleza. Mi sangre irá a los mares, mi cuerpo será tuyo, y entonces sabré yo que no eras mía, sino yo de ti. He visto cómo matan por deporte animales, llevando su existencia a la extinción. Voy. Siembra, cosecha tu propio cultivo, la tierra es de todos y no de pocos que la acechan para quedarse con ella, como si fuera un trofeo colgado en la pared. Ella nos dejará caer un día todo su poder, solo así podrán entender lo que se debe no hacer. Siento la brisa que me llega, imponente creación, eres tú, perfecta naturaleza. Mi sangre irá a los mares, mi cuerpo será tuyo, y entonces sabré yo que no eras mía, sino yo de ti. Siento la brisa que me llega, imponente creación, eres tú, perfecta naturaleza. Mi sangre irá a los mares, mi cuerpo será tuyo, y entonces sabré yo que no eras mía, sino yo de ti, sino yo de ti.
Yeah, great stuff. Mono Verde Collective live in the Freeza block right here on MileHighUnderground.com. We have D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Raphael, Joe. And if you want to check them out live, check them out Wednesday, November 22nd. They're going to be at Mezcal. It's right next to Goosetown Tavern, right across the street from the Bluebird. And it's going to be a great show. Come enjoy a couple of margaritas with the salt on the rim and listen to some of Mono Verde. Indeed. Great stuff. Hey, and make sure to check them out December 8th. They're going to be at Moe's down there in South Broadway, South Broadway. And man, enjoy the brisket. An early show, man. A lot of bands up there, so I'll kick ass, man. We are excited about it. And then, of course, they're running right on down there in February, and I might just go ahead and plan myself a vacation, Carnival Fest in New Mexico. Shouts out to the 505 down there. Tell us a little bit what Carnival Fest is. It sounds like
well, we had this band Baracutanga that came, a friend of ours. And they invite us to play Albuquerque. We haven't played down there in Albuquerque. We have played in Santa Fe and we won Taos, but we haven't gone down there yet. So we are expecting nothing but fun times.
Oh, good.
Like we always do. And if it's not fun, we're gonna make it fun.
So what is it, like a mini carnival?
Yeah, I think it's like a little fast, and it's a lot of Latin bands.
Please tell me, naked girls.
Always.
Girls. Yes.
Always.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
One shot.
One more time.
It's a good point. Yes.
That's right, Joe. Oh, it's 3. Indeed. Mono Verde in the studio. All right, D, let's talk to you a little bit, man. And how did you enjoy? How did you? Well, first of all, how'd you get a hold of this crew, man?
Okay, so
or were you like part of the start of it?
Yes, from the beginning. Okay, so when I moved to Colorado in 2006, I started looking for a band to play with. So I went to Craigslist, met some guys that were starting a band, and I was playing percussion with them. And then eventually that band, went through some transition with musicians. And one of them that came in to play with us at that band was Raphael.
Okay.
So, and he was still working on his own project. But he came along to help us out and all that. And then we met from then on. And then he left the band eventually a couple months later. It wasn't a good fit for him. So then eventually I ended up leaving. But we became friends because, he has a kid about my son's age too. And so we used to hang out and make music together. And then I just became part of his project.
So you guys are basically forcing your kids to play music? I'm just kidding. Do you get a lot of flack from them, or they love it?
They love it.
Awesome.
I have 2 kids and they think that we're famous for some reason.
And you know what? You kind of are famous, man.
We're
you
at
are
the Freeza
famous.
block. We're famous.
That's right, baby. We don't have any jobbers on here. We just have great musicians. Indeed. It's Mono Verde Collective. And again, make sure to check them out November 22nd at Mezcal. Again, that's next to Goosetown Tavern and right across the street from the Bluebird. And, man, it's going to be a good time. I plan on going out there and having a couple margaritas myself, man. And, of course, you got to enjoy the brisket down at Moe's, huh? December 8th. Yeah. You guys are going to be doing it up, man. That's cool, man. Kick ass. Awesome, man. So, Well, I don't know, man. Do you guys feel like playing another one, or you guys want to talk some more? What do you want to do? I knew it. You know, I could always get musicians to go one way or the other, man. Awesome. Tell us a little bit about the song you guys are going to play again, and we'll get right on into it.
Jackie.
¿Quieres decir algo de la canción? Dilo en español. Well, this song is from the first album. It's called Ja Guia. You know, it's like Ja, guide us, basically. So, and yeah, it's been around from the beginning with Mono Verde. So we're going to be performing that for you guys listening tonight. Amor quiero yo para compartir contigo y expresar cada nuevo día razones para seguir, y es amor lo que quiero para regalar al mundo y llenarte de dicha y llenarte de amor. Oh, oh, Dios observa el mundo y nos llena de vida. Él te guía, Él nos guía, ya te guía, ya nos guía, ya llévame, ya guíame, ya llévame, ya guíame.
Amor quiero yo para compartir contigo y expresar cada nuevo día razones para seguir. Y es amor lo que quiero para regalar al mundo y llenarte de dicha y llenarte de amor. Dios observa el mundo y nos llena de vida. Él te guía, Él nos guía, oh, ya te guía, ya nos guía, oh, ya llévame, ya guíame, ya llévame, ya guíame.
Awesome stuff. Mono Verde Collective in here live in the studio. Thank you guys so much for performing live, man. You guys sound great. And you know what? I mean, how many times? I mean, to get that down, obviously you guys have been doing it for a really long time, man. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about your practice regimen. I mean, I'm sure it's tough to get all of you guys in the same place at the same time. So, how do you guys kind of get that organized?
Well, it's been for a long time. It's been on Wednesday, so we've been practicing the same place at his place on Wednesday nights from 8 to 10. That's been like the set date for practice.
Good stuff, man. So you guys obviously have, you know, you guys just have a set time and you just
Right.
do it. It's like a job
It's
almost,
a
right?
Right.
discipline.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes we, not all of us show up,
Well,
and sometimes we do, but for the most part, we do. We don't show up for practice.
I can totally understand. I mean, a lot of times, life gets in the way. You have kids, you have emergencies, whatever. But 9 out of 10 times, you guys are probably in there doing it, man. And that's a good time, man. And Henry, did you have a tough time? When was it really easy for everybody to come together every time, or did you have like a couple tough times with some of those musicians that you kind of went in and out with? You know what I mean? Like musically, not like having arguments or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, musically wise, yeah, we had a couple of people that came and went, but for most of the part, we're just we love music, so we're there because we love to do it. And some people, for more, really good musicians, they are, um, it was tough because they just didn't love what we did.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they just were there to expect some money or to, try new things out, but it wasn't a good fit just because of that. Um, so it's not like we never really, or I never, or any of us actually sent somebody on their way. They just kind of weed out.
Right.
They just kind of felt the vibe. They felt it wasn't, and eventually
And
they felt
and
it.
good luck to all those guys. I'm sure you guys never left on any bad notes. It was always good.
No.
And hey, anytime they could drop in and just jam with you.
Oh
too,
yeah,
man.
and they have.
There
So
you
it's
go.
cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
I like that,
Bling,
man.
bling,
I like that. I like
bling,
that.
bling.
So Henry, where are you from, man? You not Mexico, right?
No, I'm from Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Caracas, Venezuela.
Right, yeah.
Close to his country. He's from Republican Dominican.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Caribbean.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that's right, because it's backwards. It's the backward
Wow.
thing. That's true. That's true. But yeah, Venezuela.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, good stuff, man. And are you all from different countries or?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
we are all from different countries. Like Dominican Republic, Venezuela. Henry is from Venezuela. Christian is from Peru. Machu is also from Peru. Rafael is from Mexico, and Joe is from Ohio.
Which
The
is
United
definitely
States.
a country in its own, man.
The Midwest.
That's right. And where Columbus or Cleveland or Cincinnati?
I lived in a rural small town between Columbus and Dayton, but I did spend a good amount of time in Columbus before I moved out to Colorado.
Good stuff, man. And we know we got to have that background. We got to have that Ohio background, man. Indeed. And hey, let's give a round of applause to Peru in the World Cup. Yes, indeed. So excited, man. Indeed. You guys are all huge World Cup fans, I'm sure. Big time, all but one, maybe, huh? We're going to count Joe out of the deal. He's a Cincinnati fan. I'm just kidding, man. But indeed, we have Mono Verde in the studio. It's D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Rafael, and Joe. And we haven't really talked to Machu yet. And Machu likes to go by Alex just in case sometimes, he, I don't know, feels out of place. Tell us a little bit about that. Yeah, go ahead and get closer to that, man. And I'll turn it up a little bit so we can actually hear you too. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I can hear you good.
Yeah.
You're good,
All right.
man. Don't worry about
Cool.
it. Yeah. So Machu, tell us a little bit. Hey, let's start off with what you do, man. What do you do with the band?
I've been playing with them like 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years. I started with the percussion, but I started like as a friend of the drummer, one of the first drummers that they have. His name is Luis.
Okay.
And then he's the one actually that invited me. I went to high school with him. While he was in high school, he started this band.
And how long? No, yeah, I can hear you fine, man. And how long ago? Did you go to high school in America, or did you go to high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved here 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here like almost 17 years. Yeah, 17 years. 17 years.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and
how long?
Now I played drums for almost 2 years.
So you got a big badass kit
I moved from the percussion section
to the drums.
Drum
Now,
set.
now you sit, right? Now you
Yes,
sit down.
Now
Right?
I sit down. I got the best view.
Do you ever like just for the hell of it? You know, like you're doing it today, playing a little percussion, kind of, you
Yeah.
know, as a beat. You guys ever just kind of sit down and, you know, just have a few shots and then just play some Tito Puente and just get down? You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes, yeah. I know him like a long time now. I feel like I know him what he do. You know, I feel what he's gonna do next.
Right. That's what I was just gonna
It's a
ask, man.
connection.
How do you interact
Yeah.
as drummers and percussionists? So, and it's just like you just look each other off, kind of, and
Right. I mean, it's a feel. We've been playing together for a long time now, so we started like we were both percussionists, and we had a drum player, you know, in the band. So we communicate very good from long time ago, playing percussion, and then now that he's on the drum set, and I'm still doing, you know, the minor percussion here, we still like communicate really good.
that's awesome. And so, was it hard for you to go from playing, you know, percussion set, probably maybe
Yes.
5 or 6 drums, to a full sit down set?
Yeah, it was. It's one thing like to listen to what the drummer is doing. You know what he's doing already. But another thing is to actually do it and make everybody comfortable.
Is it tough to keep time sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. In the new when that's what we practice on Wednesdays. But like on Wednesdays is when I feel like that. Like I have to keep the time and all that stuff together.
And this kind of goes back to Raphael. Do these guys have a lot of, I guess, influence in the writing, in the process of making a melody or making a beat? Do they just come at you with a beat and some percussion?
Las influencias de cada uno de nosotros,
¿Te ayuda en
si
algo?
te ayuda o las melodías o un ritmo.
Cuando tengo una canción, escribiendo, estoy pensando en cada uno de ellos, qué es lo que va a hacer cada uno de ellos. Ya
So,
conozco sus sonidos.
when he comes out with the idea of a song and he's working on it, he's already thinking on each one of us because he knows how we play, you know, and also, you know, that helps him, I guess. That's what he said.
And does it help you guys too as well?
Yes.
Like, does there be a lot of times when you guys are playing and he's like, no,
No,
not like that? No.
no, he's a good boss.
Let's try this. Let's try this.
Right.
Yo, this doesn't sound like. Let's do
Go
it
ahead
this
and
way
pull
see
that
how-
mic over
There
to
is
you a little
always
bit.
like a bunch of different options behind what like a song that he present to us. It's always like an option.
He give us the room also to for inputs, you know, from ourselves, you know, some inputs from ourselves, but he never demands like, hey, you have to do this, you know. It's like, you know, how about this? Can you try this? Can you try that? You know. So, or that sounded good. Whatever you just did sounded good, you know.
So does it always sound good to you? Always?
No siempre, pero es por eso ensayamos las canciones.
Not always, but that's why we practice and see what fits better.
There you go. And sometimes I'm just going to put this out to all you guys. Sometimes you guys just like let it go and just jam for like 15, 20 minutes. And you guys aren't even really thinking about it. You guys are just
Oh
going.
yeah, I mean it can be with really stupid comment, you know, and then we make a song out of it. So
Nice.
and 2 cases of beer later.
Yeah, there you go. Indeed. There we go. Yeah.
They said they weren't drunk, but they were drunk.
Indeed, we have Mono Verde Collective. It's D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Raphael, and Joe. Indeed, man. Great stuff, man. I love that you guys play live and you guys are doing it on Wednesday, November 22nd, and Mezcal. That's next to the Goosetown Tavern. So come on down, have yourself a cold, frosty margarita, and listen to Mono Verde. And then if you like them that much, check them out a couple of weeks later on December 8th. Take a break from the Christmas shopping and go into Moe's, have some brisket, and enjoy Mono Verde. They'll be playing with a bunch of other bands. It's going to be a great, great show. And it's always a fun time down at Moe's, man. Really good stuff, man. And of course, you know, February, we're all going to New Mexico, right? Yeah, no doubt about it. Carnival Fest. Shouts out to the 505. Yes, indeed, indeed. Mono Verde in the studio. Awesome, awesome stuff. Henry, tell us a little bit about, Venezuela. We talked a little bit about Venezuela the last time you were here, but nobody got to hear it. And how you came here and how you never looked back once you left.
I came here in 1995, and it was pretty much going to like, Mom, I'm leaving. And she said, good luck. And then and I just traveled. And from there, man, I just stayed. I have met, my life has been incredible. I met so many people, so many good people. I don't look back, but I'm always looking anyways.
You don't forget where you came from.
No,
right?
That's always it. It's really in there. And Venezuela, it's a mess right now.
Man,
it's a very sad thing. But one thing that is positive, the outcome, it's been so many people. So many creative people now. There's so many bands, so many styles that have flourished, and from what is happening politically wise, that there's just tons of bands that are amazing from Venezuela now. So I am very proud to say that musically wise, Venezuela has been stepping up to do really cool things lately. Well, not lately. It's always been good music, but lately has tons of new rhythms and tons of new creative lyrics that goes against government, and not only against government, positive lyrics that everything's going to be okay at the end.
Trying to be socially conscious and
yes,
trying
very socially
and
conscious.
try to put a positive spin on what is a very sad and negative situation
Correct.
right now.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. Let's give shouts out to the people in Venezuela.
Bling, bling,
yes,
bling.
Indeed. Shouts out. Everybody, you owe us like 6 or 7. They're going to be hammered by the time this thing is over with. Indeed.
I will be after.
Mono Verde Collective. It's D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Raphael, and Joe. And D, tell us a little bit why you came to the United States, and
it was love.
There you go. Oh, nice. Tell us the story. Okay.
Yeah.
Overuse that bell today, baby.
That was in 2002. I met someone, and unfortunately, things didn't go well. The whole story, but we had 2 beautiful kids together, and we went both our separate way eventually. But I came to Portland, Oregon in 2002, at the end of 2002, and then moved here together as a family in 2006. And then, I stay here because my ex-wife and my 2 kids are still here. So, and I love Colorado. So,
and who doesn't love Colorado?
Yeah.
Huh?
Part of the band.
And then I, like I said, I met Raphael, and then eventually met everyone else in the band. And it's been part of my life, this guy's here, even though if we don't, whatever we show up, if there is something to play, we're gonna play it. If there is acoustic guitar, we're gonna grab it and we're gonna jam. And that's what we always bring with us. It doesn't matter where we are at. So it's music unify us. So it's very good. And it's been a blessing for me to know each individual person here today. So, yeah.
No doubt about it. And we are blessed also to have Mono Verde in the studio, man. Guys from all over Latin America and Ohio. And they're kicking ass and taking names, man. Make sure to check them out again Wednesday, November 2nd at Mezcal, next to Goose Town, right across the street from the Bluebird. Wednesday, November 22nd. And December 8th at Moe's. You guys are going to be loving that brisket, and watch those salted pickles. There's a little bit too much salt, but it makes you drink a lot of beer, though, huh? Makes you drink a lot of beer. It's all good, man. Hey, but the brisket is second to none. And again, Carnival Fest, February 10th, man. You guys got one more in you or not, man? What do you think, man? How many did we do already? Just two, right? Two? Okay, you guys said, well, let's do three, if that's all right with you guys. I know Joe's like, you're really pushing me, man. I don't know. Indeed. Again, I'm gonna just ask these guys what they have to say and what kind of music or what song it is you guys are gonna play, and again, break it on down.
Ya me cabe, ya sé.
Y esta noche no quiero pensar. Y esta noche no quiero. Pues mi mente ya se cansó hoy de tanto pensar. Pues ahora me siento libre, libre del fantasma que camina en mis sueños y que camina en el aire, y que camina en el aire, y que camina en el aire. Me siento libre, me siento libre, me siento libre, me siento libre. Y esta noche no quiero pensar. Y esta noche no quiero.
Fantastic, awesome stuff. Mono Verde Collective, indeed. D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Raphael, and Joe. Check them out live. They're going to be at Mezcal on November 22nd, December 8th at Moe's, and February 10th at Carnival Fest in New Mexico, man. Thank you guys so much for coming on in, man. And wow, I really appreciate you guys, man. And wow. Well, let me get one last question in, man. Do you guys think about your stage presence at all when you guys are playing, or do you guys just kind of wear what you wear and just kind of set up and just do, just kind of a straight deal?
We're lucky to have Machu in the band. So we're covered. As long as he shows up, we're all covered.
So I mean, there's no lights. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You guys just kind of use whatever's there at the time.
Yeah, whatever is available. Basically, we're very easygoing. So yeah, as long as we have the space that we can, bring whatever we have, which is music and our love and with passion, with energy and vibes and positive vibration. that's what we want to do. So as long as we have the space to do it.
And that is indeed what I feel every time I hear you guys play. I get into the percussion, I get into the rhythm, man, and it feels so good and it's so positive. And thank you guys for putting this all together and breaking out those positive vibes and letting them loose, man, on the world, man. Indeed. Mono Verde, make sure to check them out. They're on every form of social media. Make sure to check them out on Facebook. Give them a thumbing and a liking. Indeed. And check out all their live music and all the good stuff that they have. And again, man, we are really, really stoked to have you guys in, man. Thanks again. Indeed. Yes, I'm trying to pull up that applause button one more time. Hey, indeed, Mono Verde in the house. Awesome stuff. Again, you guys could check them out on all the social media. You guys have like Reverb Nation and the SoundCloud and nice iTunes. Awesome. Great stuff. Well, we're going to play this one right on out, man. Again, we're just going to play Si La Fe on out as we say goodbye to each one of the members here at Mono Verde. Indeed. Thank you so much, D, Henry, Christian, Machu, Raphael, and Joe. They are Mono Verde. Again, check them out on the 22nd at Mezcal, next to Goosetown Tavern, across the street from the Bluebird. December 8th at Moe's, and February 10th in the 505 at Carnival Fest. Indeed. It's Mono Verde. Everybody have a great week. We will check you out. I don't think we're going to have a week off because it's Thanksgiving, but we'll be back on the last of the month, the 30th of the 30th. It'll be today's Paramount. Everybody have a great week. Mono Verde, thank you gues again. MileHighUnderground.com, the Freeza Block Show.
Y este mundo de materia no para de crecer. Y el cataclismo cada vez te entierra más y más. Si no eres audaz y capaz, el plástico te comerá. Sembremos la semilla en la tierra escondida de la vida. Mientras Babilonia entierra sus mentiras en la confusión hoy, y sus memorias queden como una resaca de una ilusión. Pero nuestra vibración tiene la llave que abrirá todas esas puertas que contienen salvación.